So, it might not be any safer to be a Spitfire like me when you have someone aggressive breathing up your ass, down your neck, or wherever else, and doing whatever harm they want to do because they want control. It might not be any safer, but being a people pleaser, I mean, when a person is trying to please, there is always a dead end. There's always going to be a dead end. It is so sad to me when someone gets backed into that corner, doing this to please and that to please, and that person might have outbursts sometimes, but trying real hard. Should I say to keep the peace? Maybe. To keep the peace and to people please. Well, I tend to mediate. Is that keeping the peace? I don't know. I don't like conflict, and I try to have a hard time telling I'm not happy with what that person is doing. And again, I think I could probably be described as a bit of a spitfire, and maybe there are people that don't like. I mean, certainly in Georgia, since I've moved here, it seems like there are people that don't. But I didn't have problems with that before, not too much. And it's possible not everyone would say that about me, but there are people who know that would say, "Yeah, she gets things done." I mean, there are people who know that about me, and that I do not mind using words, that I do not mind speaking out. Some of us have to do that. And that is really not a role of a people pleaser. A people pleaser, again, I'm thinking about my brother, who I guess I'm not supposed to talk about. And I would hope he wouldn't be too upset. He is a people pleaser. He is a people pleaser and outbursts from time to time. I mean, growing up, maybe he was a little bit argumentative. He hit me one time, only one time ever when we were growing up. Recently he said a lot of stuff. I mean, he's been pushed, he's been taken advantage of. And what happens to a people pleaser when you get a people pleaser? Okay, okay, let's do this then. That's what you want, let's do this then. Okay, let's do this then. And then that person just takes and keeps on. you know uh yeah, so I just wanted to say a few words about that. People pleasing, who needs that shit? I mean, really, what's better, to try to make everybody happy, kind of not making yourself that happy, except that you're making everybody else happy, or to say what you think. And there are ways. Oh, there are things I could talk about, like birth order and things like that. A middle child, there are things that people say sometimes about birth order. Who knows? What I know is that people pleasing ain't healthy. That is not the same as serving. That is not the same as doing things, I mean, doing something so that someone will seem to care about you, so that somebody won't leave you, these different things like that. Doing things that you don't really want to do because somebody wants you to do them, I mean, yeah, well, some of us aren't like that, and we're not going to be like that no matter what. And again, we might not be any safer than a people pleaser if somebody wants to be aggressive towards us, but yeah, hot-headed, I don't think so. I'm intense. And yeah, but a people pleaser, what do you do to help protect a people pleaser when a people pleaser has done too much people pleasing and can't take it anymore? There is a question, and I really do think that people should think about that.